Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your January reading. These are going to be your general messages for the month. Let's see what will pop up for you. Let's start with an oracle card. Let's see what's your main energy for the month. And then we'll do some tarot. Hopefully you're having a new start of the year. Happy New Year, by the way. You've got 8th house, endings and beginnings. Interesting. So the 8th house for you here, that carries a Scorpio signature. So obviously Scorpio is your opposite sign. It's interesting that shows up because there's an interplay here going on this month with the nodes switching into these signs. So I feel like your theme for the month, there is a lot of endings for you, okay? Because the South Node will be in Scorpio, so that's where the South Node usually have to do with endings, and Scorpio also has to do with endings, so there's a double emphasis there for you. It's also a house of purging. You could be purging things that you don't need, which is a difficult thing for Taurus to do, but I feel like that's kind of pushing for a simplification of things, simplification of life, or getting to your basic needs and removing excess, whatever that means for you. It also says beginnings too. So again, with that North Node going through your sign for the next 1.5 years or so, it's going to be a lot of beginnings, a lot of new things could enter your life. You might be seeing this pattern showing up more prominently this month. It could be things exiting your life, things beginning, in whatever area of your life that is. It's also a house of death, sex, taxes, things you owe to other people, your debts to them. It's generally not a very favorable house, the 8th house, but it's needed like everything else. Yeah, definitely a lot of Scorpio energy coming through here. So let's see, what does the tarot have? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm back. I had to pick up all the cards. So Taurus, what are you dealing with this month? So that theme of ending does seem to show up for you here. It's kind of interesting. The 9 of Swords is the equivalent of this card in the tarot from what I can remember. Or maybe it's something else. So it's kind of interesting that there's a repeating theme here. This Hanged Man, I feel like you're definitely not taking much action right now when it comes to this. Now this, there's a lot of endings, a lot of transformation going on for you right now, but I feel like you're not engaging into it very much. Maybe you're just sitting around kind of weighing your options to see things from a different perspective, to over analyze things, especially with this Nine of Swords. I feel like there's a lot of fears showing up here. Obviously, when that eighth house comes up, it's not a light-hearted energy. It's quite heavy. So I see you trying to assess the situation, maybe, and your challenge being the Strength card. I feel like you doubt you have the power and the energy to deal with all of this. If there's some kind of transformation that's beginning to happen for you, I feel like you are possibly overwhelmed by the situation because the Strength shows up as an obstacle, like a challenge. It could be that you are, it's like your ego is not on board with all of this. Um, Obviously, nobody's ego is on board with anything that has to do with endings, because, the human ego wants everything to remain the same. Um, so it's either that, or you just feel quite overwhelmed by the situation, because the Hangman kind of has that energy about it too, feeling too overwhelmed to do anything, to act. So you're basically just kind of sitting around and maybe hoping the situation will clear itself out or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's like you're lacking the confidence, and you're lacking the skill to make something happen here. That's why you're not taking any action, because you feel like it's not going to work out the way you want it. It's like you cannot manifest a desired outcome here. I do see you desiring victory very strongly. You know, in whatever area of life that is for you. I feel like finances and career and growth is a major theme. You've got King of Pentacles and the Empress show up right next to each other, so there's some emphasis being put here. So some of you, this is about career. Perhaps you're trying to move from a job to another, okay? So that's an ending and there's a new beginning, but you're reluctant to take that action because you feel like maybe that's not the best choice, or you are afraid that it's not going to work in your favor. Some of you, you're chasing recognition, okay? That's not a bad thing. You're chasing status, okay? The King of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Six of Wands. This is about status, about being recognized, about achieving great honors. So some of you are very focused on that, but it's almost like you're kind of frozen here, like paralyzed by fear, because you don't know what to do to achieve that thing you desire. The Six of Wands is in your desire, so obviously you want all of these things, but there's a lack of confidence here that you have all the skills, or that you have what it takes, or that you have what it, um, your energy and your power to achieve it. There is a self-doubt situation here. But overall, I feel like you want all of these things. So in the past, if this is a love situation, I tried to clarify that Knight of Wands. That's an energy that's passing out of your life. Could be a fire sign that was in and out of your life. Kind of a flaky person that probably had you in some third party situation here. That Three of Cups, somebody that was in and out a lot of the times, and they probably had other people around. Um, but if not, I feel like this is you pursuing pleasures of being too self-indulgent, of, kind of not taking up too many responsibilities, being like, let's take it easy, let's have some fun, kind of thing. But that's an energy that's getting out of your life. So obviously now you're getting more serious when it comes to your life. It's like there's a serious energy here coming through. The eighth house is a very serious energy too. It's kind of like a make it or break it situation, life and death. You got to make the right choices. You got to do the right thing. Um, it might be hard for you to understand what the right thing is, because I see you stressing out a lot about this. You know, that Nine of Swords is right underneath that Six of Wands. You're stressing out a lot about not achieving what you want. We clarify this World card. So I feel like in the past you just took it easy, okay? You just kind of cruised along, tried to have fun, but I feel like life is butting in, you know? It's just ruining your party these days. I feel like you're needing to get serious, Taurus. So I feel like you are trying to cut something out here. You're also getting a lot of clarity. You're understanding what needs to be done here. There's some kind of an ending here, like that World card is a little bit. It's a little bit of detachment too, probably from detaching from either patterns of like self-sabotage or detaching from not feeling good enough for some of you. So there's something like that ending for you. This could also be a person, an air sign that is helping you out somehow to get to the truth of something, to get to the core of a matter, to achieve your success. This is a person that's very serious, is very logical, very practical, um, very different from what you've had in the past, you know, just like a bunch of party boys and party girls. So like I said, it's like there seems to be something here that is making you get more serious about things. So your future energy is King of Pentacles, Empress. This is about growth. Some of you, you're making a lot of money into the future. You're getting a lot of money. If you have a business or you have some type of job that um, it increases your abundance in some way. Let me clarify this King of Pentacles. So I'd say keep an eye on your money, Taurus, because there is a sense of you being a little bit reckless with your money. Okay, with that Seven of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. It could be someone that is trying to take advantage of you. Okay, just putting that out there. Just keep an eye on your money. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I mean, I'm not trying to get too negative, but I don't like this Seven of Swords in combination with the King of Pentacles. It's about being cheated, being stolen of. Um, but you know, the Six of Pentacles, it could be that you're getting a lot less than what you thought initially, or maybe somebody promises you things, but you know, they're not quite as grandiose as you might have thought. But yeah, I mean, just keep an eye on how much you're spending, okay? And you know, who you tell to that you have money, or you know, if somebody's trying to get a hold of your money. So, okay, is that all of them? So, you know, that eighth house showing up here, this could also be a partner's money that you might be sharing. It could be that you're dealing with someone that is very stingy. Okay, they're like penny pinching, but you know, in reality, they're quite well off and quite wealthy. But if this is a person, this is someone that only gives just enough. Okay, there's not, this person is not abundant of heart and of materials. You know, they're kind of, you know, stingy in that way. If it's a partner of yours, or it could be a business partner. That's also the eighth house that goes under the eighth house situation. So it could be that's showing up in that way for you when it comes to other people's finances. Okay, if you're dealing with other people's finances, or there's things that people owe you or you owe them. Maybe you owe somebody money, or maybe they owe you money. If they do owe you money, you know, a small amount of that could be coming your way. But yeah, just generally, I don't like that combination. So I feel like finances are a bit of an issue for you this month. Whether you're losing money to spending too much, not getting enough, whatever that may be. Um, this Empress being here, though, I still feel like you still feel abundant. There's a sense of feeling abundant here, but there's also a lack of confidence in yourself in some sense. It's like you might have the skills that you need, but you lack um, self trust. You know, you could have all the skills in the world, but if you don't have the confidence, like, to use them, that may be an issue for you this month. Because I feel like you're very much capable of creating abundance for yourself. But there's obviously some kind of a problem here. Either you're not taking action, okay, with that hangman, you're just kind of hanging there, not doing anything to work in your favor, something like that. Let me clarify this hangman. Sorry, I have to go back a little. Why is this hangman here? You're just sitting there worrying about things, which is not very Taurus-like. I mean, Taurus worry about stuff, but not as much as other signs. Yeah, I feel like you're just not taking any action. You do have your eye on your financial stability. It's like this reading is very much about your stability, your money, you know, your confidence, the things you can do, the things you cannot do. But I don't see you taking action towards these things, honestly. You know, it could be that even you are dependent on someone financially here. I don't know. Um, Maybe that's the problem, but mm, let me clarify this Nine of Swords. Why are you so worried about it? Now, this Nine of Swords does show up in your environment, so it could be someone out there that's stressing you out. Um, you know, if you're dealing with someone that's taking from you and not giving anything back. But let me clarify it. The Fool in reversed. Yeah, there's definitely a fear of taking a leap into something here. Either that, or you're just being reckless in some way, or someone around you is being reckless, is, you know, not being honest, not being, you know, this shows up in your environment. So I feel like this is someone else or something else. It could be someone that's stressing you out around. It could also be that somebody is pushing you into things that you don't want to do. Okay. Nine of Swords and the Fool in reverse. I guess that's a much better explanation. I feel like you're being pushed into doing things you don't want to do. It's like hanging out with the wrong crowd kind of thing. It's almost like a daredevil kind of energy that's coming through. So I don't know who you hang out with or who you have around. Um, it doesn't have to be a person or people, but it could also be a situation where there's something that you're being quite reckless about, or you're being afraid of jumping into something, or you're being pushed into doing things. There's like some kind of a nervousness about it where you kind of like, I have to do this or else I don't know, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna starve or something. You know, it's yeah, it's very unfortunate. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of fears here. You know, it could be for some of you, you have to change place of living, or you have to kind of leave everything behind, doing something completely new, and that stresses the hell out of you. And again, I see you into the future not doing much about it. You've got the Four of Swords here, the Ace of Swords. This is someone that's not doing anything, not taking any action. The Four of Swords is about rest, it's about withdrawing, it's about literally just sitting still. I don't know, maybe you're just thinking that things will solve themselves out. You know, it seems like there's some kind of financial crisis that's going on around you. Tell me about this Ace of Swords. I do feel like you are receiving some clarity, and the Ace of Swords followed that follows the Four of Swords. It's actually a very good combination because I feel like while you're sitting there thinking and sitting still, you're actually getting that eureka moment. Um, Granted that you get out of your head and not think about negative things or feed your fears, because the Nine of Swords is like that. It's like you're feeding your own fears. You know, the Ace of Swords is a new beginning, getting your mind organized, getting yourself organized. Um, yeah, I feel like you're getting pretty clear about things, especially with that Queen of Swords next to it. Trying to get more serious about things. Eight of Wands in reversed. So I feel like there's some kind of a delay here or some kind of a blockage for you because, you know, the Fool in reverse and the Eight of Wands in reverse, this upright, this means moving forward, starting something new, but they're both in reverse. They're the only cards in reverse. So it's like if you're trying to go somewhere new, do something new, take action, it's like you're being blocked from taking action for whatever reason. I mean, I know it sounds kind of vague, but apply it to your situation, you'd know what I'm talking about if this resonates with you. It's almost like a blockage here of moving forward with something. Could also be that, you know, you're kind of stuck if you're traveling, but there's like a blockage here of moving forward. It's almost like this energy of I gotta sit around and wait until it's the right time. So, you know, I'm kind of seeing why you're sitting still and not doing anything because it sort of feels like you're running into blockages if you're trying to move and do something. Some of you getting some kind of bad news, but mm, could also be denial of something if you're trying to get paperworks done, or you know you're trying to get some kind of an answer from somebody. There's a no here, okay? The Fool in reversed and The Eight of Wands in reverse is a no to something, a blockage. There's like a denial of passage, or, you know, no, you can't do that. That kind of thing. Okay, well, I have to end it there. So I wish you the best, Taurus. Yeah, just be careful with your finances, okay? And don't do anything reckless. And if you have to wait until the right time to take a move, then, you know, you have to wait. All right, Taurus, I wish you the best. Bye.